Well, plenty of clouds starting off our Saturday morning, at least in Colorado Springs. We look at I-25 and Garden of the Gods with our Underwater Connection Neighborhood Weather Network camera. 61 degrees, winds out of the north of 3 miles per hour. At least the traffic is flowing smoothly as people head out and about to their early holiday weekend plans. That's the good news. The bad news is that we are going to see more of what we saw yesterday around southern Colorado and all around the state. In fact, chances for showers and storms are going to be in the forecast. Some of them will be just like what we saw yesterday out in the eastern plains. Strong to severe. And that's a possibility as we go through this afternoon into this evening. And the Skycast shows that as we start things off around the Great Centennial State, beginning this morning at 9 o'clock, you can see the showers at that point will be sitting predominantly over the mountains, west of the Continental Divide along I-70. And then they really begin to blossom as we go through the afternoon. There's a whole bunch of moisture around, as we've already showed you with those dew points sitting in the 50s and 60s. So we are going to see heavy amounts of rain possibly as you go out and about in the afternoon hours into the evening. You'll have to have an umbrella with you, as we are going to see those good amounts of rain all the way through the next couple of days. By 4:30 this afternoon, some of those showers and storms will make their way to the plains. Some of these could again be strong to severe. The bulk of the showers by 7:15 are predominantly south of Highway 50. However, as we go through the evening hours into the overnight, the showers for the most part fade away. There will be some patchy fog out in the eastern plains as we go through tomorrow morning. It's indicated by this gray color on your screen. As we go through our Sunday afternoon, more showers and storms are in the forecast, beginning mainly along into the west of I-25, even as we go through the afternoon, but then they'll redevelop along into the east of the interstate as we go through our Sunday afternoon into our Sunday evening. So some of the storms are going to be strong to severe. Large hail damaging winds are the threats, mostly for the areas highlighted in the green color on your screen, which is roughly the San Luis Valley all the way over to the Kansas line, and from I-70 all the way down into northwestern Oklahoma, northeastern New Mexico. Zooming in now to give you an idea of what kind of rain we're expecting over the next couple of days. You can see there are high rain totals. Even the Springs Airport expected to pick up nearly an inch. And so we're going to be tracking those burn areas very closely for you. And there will be a fairly widespread area of heavy amounts of rain as we go through the next couple of days. Again, there's a whole bunch of moisture with that monsoonal flow. And so if you find yourself underneath a shower or thunderstorm, a quick quarter, half, 3/4 of an inch is certainly possible. 76 are high today in the Springs, 81 in Canyon City, 83 in Pueblo. Mid to upper 80s out in the plains. We'll top out at 87 for La Junta, Lamar, and in Springfield. A few more clouds in Lyman and Burlington keep us slightly cooler. Same thing is true up in the big city of Denver. Temperatures, meanwhile, in the high country topping out in the 60s and 70s. Make our way up to 60 in Leadville, but 75 in Saletta and Alamosa. 7-day forecast for the Springs, 76, 84 to 86. That's where we're going for the first 3 days. Then temperatures as we go to the end of the forecast rise up into the upper 80s to right around 90. And look at this, 1, 2, 3 consecutive days of dry weather is what I'm calling for. 50s and 60s for your lows. In Pueblo, our 7-day forecast, high temperatures are in the 80s and 90s across the board, with the warmest readings being when it begins to dry out starting on Tuesday, lasting through the end portion of this coming week. Canyon City, 81 to 88 to 90s where we're going, and then our temperatures are sitting in the mid to upper 90s for a couple of days. Then we drop it back just a shade on Friday. Lows are in the lower to middle 60s. In Telecay, 67, then 74 and 76 for the first 3 days. Temperatures then topping out in the upper 70s to right around 80, Bonnie, as we end off this forecast. Lows are in the upper 40s to lower 50s. This is going to start off fairly cool and fairly wet.
Right.
And then it gets actually warm and mild, dry.
Gotcha.
Beautiful weather at the end of the forecast. We're not calling for rain. It's the first time in a while we haven't put any kind of showers or thunderstorms in that forecast.
All right. We'll take it for the holiday weekend. Not too bad.
There you go.
All right, Jay. Thanks so much.
You're welcome.